So today is June 6th, and as I speak, the protest at Jantar Mantar, headed by Abhijit Dipke and his team alongside Sonam Wangchuk, is in the development. One of the questions from my video 2 weeks ago about this party has now been answered. This has transitioned from an online windfall of relatability into an actual in person demonstration. I am glad about that. But this in person demonstration is for what? It is asking for the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, who is at the helm of the recent crisis in the education sector. So the question is this the right ask? I can say with utmost confidence that if you care to watch this video till the end, you will find exactly where Dipke and his team did not think through this demand. Don't get me wrong. I want every crisis in the education sector to be addressed. I want solutions in the interest of the students. And I genuinely commend that Dipke did not retreat into just inciting the public from behind a screen. He assumed the responsibility that his windfall of relatability placed on him. He came down to the demonstration in person. In that sense, he wants a solution, and I support that. I support his courage, but I also see how all of it is misplaced and could be so much better. He can still continue with his leadership because people mobilized on his call. He is a definitive leader here, but leadership that has not been thought through is always prone to political and administrative accidents. For that reason, if you care, watch this till the end, right? In my previous video 2 weeks ago, my questions about the party were completely ignored. Nobody bothered to watch it. If the same happens with this video, a lot of workable material will be lost, right? So, without much ado, let me tell you what a resignation does and does not do. During the COVID time, remember the word quarantine? The complete separation of a potentially dangerous person from others so they cannot infect the healthy system around them, right? That is what genuine accountability looks like when a person has corrupted a system. You quarantine them from it completely, permanently. Criminal conviction, removal from every node of influence they built. No return. A resignation is not quarantine. A resignation is a temporary holiday, if they can even care enough to take it. Pradhan is a significant figure within his party. If he resigns, he will be placed somewhere else. We saw this with Arjikar. Principal Sandeep Ghosh resigned 3 days after the rape and murder of the trainee doctor in August 2024. Within the same week, the state government transferred him to Calcutta National Medical College as its principal. Same post, different building. Protests forced that to be revoked. Then CBI arrested him for financial misconduct. Then he got default bail because CBI failed to file a charge sheet within 90 days of his arrest. As of May 2026, to my knowledge, he is out on bail, awaiting trial, not convicted, not quarantined from the system he spent years corrupting. That case is still pending. That is what resignation looks like in this country. That is the full arc of it. Now go back to the education crisis. In every lane and bylane of this country, there are mafias running the examination system. People whose livelihood depends on paper leaks. Illegal coaching networks, middlemen, corrupt invigilators, administrative insiders, all with too much at stake to stop on their own. No functioning invigilation, no independent audit layer watching the system in real time. These are structural loopholes, and a minister's resignation does not close a single one of them. What this protest should have demanded instead is this: mystery shopping of the entire examination system. You send in anonymous operatives. They go into exam centers, administrative offices, the full chain. They record, they document, they pull names, transactions, and processes out of the system without announcement, without warning, without any insider knowing who is watching or when. And the critical part, the part that would have made this protest genuinely dangerous to the corrupt. The movement should have come to the table with a publicly recorded, state authorized, center authorized notice, a letter from the Department of Education placed on public record authorizing this mystery shopping campaign. Not a request, an authorization. Because you are inefficient, we are bringing you this notice, and you will not silence our people, our citizen journalists, our citizen creators. The authorization itself being public removes the option to suppress it. You cannot quietly make a mystery shopper disappear if the state has already acknowledged in writing that they exist and why. And say that even in such situation, more and more people are vanished from the system. Like we know what happens to our citizen journalists or creators on YouTube who question the system. In such situations, we would know who is again responsible. This would have been the actual fiery move. This should have been the ask for this protest. The ask is one name, one resignation. And in this country, as we have seen, a resignation is just a change of address. Really, I genuinely want the people at Jantar Mantar today, before their next move, take 72 hours at least in general to sit together and ask, if this is our action, what is the actual outcome? What are we leaving untouched? Where is the real wound? Because if the answer tomorrow is a resignation and a celebration, the wound stays open and the next batch of students pays for it.